Michael DeSanta is finally coming back to GTA Online in the brand new Safehouse in the Hills Mansions DLC, and while everyone is just simply celebrating the fact that Michael is back, I wanted to do a little bit of digging and figure out the true reason as to why Michael is returning to this life of crime. Now, I spent hours just analyzing the brand new trailer, investigating the news wires, and coming up with a bunch of plausible theories while revisiting some of Grand Theft Auto 5's amazing story mode to come up with a couple of really strong cases as to why Michael is back and what this DLC has in store for us. Now, the Mansions DLC on its own was already just a huge deal, but Rockstar completely blew that out of the water. Like, Michael in 2025 in GTA Online is just like crazy to me. Not only does it have Michael back as a main character in a GTA story, it looks like we're getting either a massive heist or a long set of missions similar to the Dr. J contract as part of the contract DLC. There are a few key takeaways from the trailer for the new Mansions DLC that gave us an idea as to what the hell Michael is not only doing up in Vinewood Hills, but also doing back into this world of crime. In the opening scene where we first see Michael, he's alongside Amanda giving a housewarming gift to our online character who is freshly moved into our new mansion. Amanda clearly says, "Welcome to the neighborhood," which I actually found a little bit strange at first. If we're buying mansions up in Vinewood Hills, why would Michael and Amanda A, care all about us moving in, and B, feel the need to even come up to us and welcome us to the neighborhood? I actually believe that Amanda and Michael moved out of their house that we see in story mode and they made their way up to Vinewood Hills in either a new mansion or a still house. Logistically speaking, why would they even be at our door welcoming us to the neighborhood unless they either moved or even like Michael found a new passion in real estate? Like, could Michael be a landlord? This really isn't super important to what I'm trying to get at with this video. I just found that part very interesting. It's either that or they're just really strange people who take trips into neighborhoods they don't even live in just to welcome people into that neighborhood. The next scene that we see Michael in is one where he's holding an assault rifle shouting, "This is a nice neighborhood." Following that up, we see him smash the new mansion AI system that was brought up in the trailer already. This seemed like a nice little callback to story mode there, I can't lie. Follow that scene up with one of Michael saying, "They don't put that in the owner's manual," and ending the trailer off with Michael and our online character sitting in a room in which Michael says, "If you see my wife, you did all of this." Now, the last scene is actually very interesting to me because what does he mean by all of this? Obviously, it's referring to some sort of crime or something that they did, but what exactly could that have been? Michael DeSanta spent his entire life in the criminal space, doing major heists and robberies, causing himself to become a millionaire. In this iconic scene from the start of GTA 5 story mode, Franklin approaches Michael in his backyard, following his repo job of Michael's car. He's actually requesting to work with Michael. Michael replies to him saying, "I'm retired," and goes on to explain how he's been in the criminal space for a very long time and how he's happy to even still be alive. Even though he claims to be retired, he runs into a bunch of problems, debt issues, family drama, blackmailing, and just like the simple boredom of retirement, and he returns to that past life of crime. While this wasn't 100% his choice as he had bills that needed to be paid, Michael comes out of retirement, enough said. Now, Michael enjoyed his life of crime while it lasted, even though there was a ton of downsides to it. But now, in the year of 2025, following the ending of GTA 5 story mode, Michael is successfully free from that hell of a formal life. He has a marriage, his family issues are handled, he's amassed millions upon millions of dollars, and he's away from those people that he owed debt to. But just like in real life, criminals just can't stay away from that life of crime. 80% of all criminals who were locked up ended up doing crimes and were back locked up within 10 years. I feel as though Michael is no different. This dream retirement life that he had just simply wasn't keeping him satisfied. Michael, he simply wanted more. Now, how do we get from Michael meeting our character on the doorstep of the mansion to returning to his old crazy ways? I have a couple of ideas. Our online character has connections, major connections. Lester Crest, Franklin Clinton, Trevor Phillips, as well as way more characters that Michael is already affiliated with. Now, what if, and hear me out, Michael wanted to return to his life, whether it be for one more score, one more big crime, whatever it be, and he uses a safe house in the hills owned by a major criminal that is our GTA Online character to play his games, and rekindle his flame of his past life. Just listen, a safe house in Vinewood Hills that completely fits his profile. It's a big, multi-million dollar house. That means image, a place to hide, a place to run ops. The name of the DLC isn't simply referencing our character, but also Michael's safe house in the hills. If Michael was really passionate in getting back into this life, he would have likely already known about us or simply asked someone about our profile to characters like Lester or Franklin and ended up choosing us as his partner. Another thing to note is that it's mentioned on the newswire that there is a secure vault inside of the mansion. Now what if Michael brings us in for one final heist? He could use our secure vault in our safe house to store whatever it is that we're stealing. This idea is completely plausible in my opinion, and it honestly seems to be a very likely scenario when we're considering Michael's past and the scenes included in the trailer. All in all, this idea supports the fact that Michael needs that one last big dopamine rush of crime that he's been away for over 10 years. In the story mode of GTA 5, Michael takes Franklin under his wing and he teaches him all about the life of crime. He brings Franklin along with him. He recruits him as his new partner. Eventually, this turns into some father-son-like chemistry that can only be found between those two characters. Now, Michael, he's a master criminal. As I already mentioned before, he's pulled off tons of high-profile jobs that resulted in him becoming a multi-millionaire. Now, what if Michael is resorting back to this sort of mentorship role that he had with Franklin in the GTA 5 story? What if Michael is calling in favors? He's using our online character as his sort of protege while keeping a fair bit of deniability to complete some dirty work. Just think about it. This mansion can be the playground for our character and Michael to get our hands money into the life of crime. Michael's name is nowhere to be found, meaning he can keep his public image that he gained through his acting career and still do whatever task he needs to complete. Again, either Michael somehow just finds out about us upon meeting us at our doorstep, or he reached out to other characters like Lester or Franklin to put out an offer for us to join him in his work. It is also very possible that Michael just simply knows about us, as many other characters and other updates do from our past work. This role fits GTA Online's story logic like perfectly. Rockstar already has an established format. Our online characters, they get scouted as operatives to do these dirty works for these characters. Think about literally almost every past DLC. The majority of them fit this format. This explains what Michael is even doing here in the first place. He needs his own field agents to get on the ground and do some work for him. Another idea I had that matches his thinking quite perfectly is that Michael could be either in some trouble with some old enemies, or he wants to retaliate and get revenge on some people. Michael's past includes a ton of burned bridges, and either these people could be out to get him again and he needs us to protect him, or he just wants us to join him in getting revenge on these people. Think back to those scenes that I mentioned in the trailer. We see him armed and angry, smashing TV screens and walking around with assault rifles and just shouting. If we think back to what I said about Michael being like a landlord of some type, he could even be trying to defend these mansions against enemies of some sort. I think that we can expect a set of new missions and maybe even a new heist where Michael recruits us in some sort of way to do some sort of dirty work using our new safe house in the hills. Michael has some sort of clear motive, whether it be the boredom of retirement, him wanting to return to the life of crime, or just the need for a second set of arms to do work with him, either that be defensively or offensively. The trailer really sells Michael as, despite his age, still the crazy king of Vinewood that he always was. I probably went a little bit too deep into my thinking, and it's probably a very surface level answer as to what he's doing back, but I think it could have something to do with a bunch of missions or heists where we could use the vault, or we're defending him against agents or something of that sort. If you found this video helpful or enjoyable or entertaining in some sort of way, go ahead and drop a like down below. Leave a comment, tell me your thoughts on this. What do you think he's doing out here? Do you have any predictions for the DLC, etc, etc? I would love to hear your thoughts. If you want to see more of my content, click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. When the Mansion DLC does drop on December 10th, I will be out pushing out tons of videos, guides, reviews, you name it, I'll be there. That's all. Have a good rest of y'all day, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.